Hey, welcome to today's daily sprint. Who is ready for motivation? Now, I'm going to tell you, motivation is a emotion. That means that like emotions, it's going to be very fleeting, so we can't rely on it. But we can change our physiological state and thus our emotions. Okay, Tony Robbins teaches a lot on this. So when we wake up and we're in a state of demotivation, what are some things that we can do to get out of that state of demotivation into a state of motivation and thus change the trajectory of our day? 5 ways. Number 1, so you wake up, maybe you're listening to this right now and you're like, dude, I'm not motivated, man. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to work my business. I don't want to do my sales calls. Forget that. I'm going to take today off. No. Number 1, who's relying on you to show up? Who needs you to show up? You know, if I'm your Uber driver and we got a 5 o'clock and I'm like, all right, I'll pick you 5 o'clock. You're relying on me to show up. Another human being. So what human beings are relying on you to show up for them? Number 2, who needs you? There's a difference between need. If my Uber driver doesn't show up, I still got air in my lungs. I'm going to live, right? But who needs you to show up? Who needs your time? Who needs your focus? Who needs your energy? So that would be number 2. Number 3, each person who needs you is a reason to change your state. So maybe you've got 4 kids. That's 4 reasons for you to get motivated, to get out of this state. Those 4 people that need you and rely on you. If you're a business development leader or you're an online entrepreneur or brick and mortar entrepreneur, you probably have people under you who need you to show up. So if you got 10 people underneath of you, that's 10 reasons to change your state. If you have 1,000 people under you, that's 1,000 reasons. And I'm not talking about influence, I'm talking about impact. People who need you to show up. So that would be number 3. Number 4, who outside of your organization are you role modeling for? Everybody's looking. Who outside, if you show up demotivated, hey, it's just one day, right? It's just a Tuesday, it's just a Monday, whatever. Just one day. I cannot show up. Maybe that's the one day that somebody who's been kind of looking, maybe they're looking at your opportunity, maybe they're looking at your coaching, maybe they're looking at whatever it is that you're putting out there. Who needs to see you show up and say, you know what? Wow, this person always shows up. I'm going to give them another chance. And then number 5, what is your identity? Your identity is a growth-driven entrepreneur. So I'm not saying not to take margin in your life, not to take time off, any of that. I'm talking about when you have a scheduled day and you show up demotivated, these are the 5 things. So who's relying on you? Who needs you to show up? Each person is a reason. Number 4, what outside? Who outside your organization needs you to show up? And number 5, what is your identity? Your identity is a growth-driven entrepreneur. Go prove it with action. Have a great rest of your day.